But I definitely think that there's sides around the world that are looking at our defensive system and looking at copying it, because we talked to Ron O'Gara a few weeks ago, and his implementation of different defensive structure within the Crusaders. See the success that the Lions had against the All Blacks last summer. There's definitely a focus towards what Andy Farrell is doing, being the template for teams to be very, very difficult to break down.
Yeah.
And I definitely think we're a front runner in that regard.
You bring up Andy Farrell. It's kind of like the strategic plan was announced a couple of weeks ago, and the question about Joe Schmidt's future came up there, and they were pains to point out that, like, look, the system isn't about one man. And then O'Gara was in town last week, and he was like, "There's only one Joe. Like, let's not dress this up anyway. There's only one Joe Schmidt, and there's not millions of automatic people who you can just plug into the system." So if Andy Farrell is going to be the head coach, or if Stuart Lancaster is going to be the head coach in succession, or whoever it is, like, are we okay if Joe Schmidt leaves after this World Cup? Will we be okay?
I agree with what everyone else is saying, in that we won't know until it happens. We truly won't. I agree with Rog. There is only one Joe Schmidt. It's not just his coaching intellect. It's all the different components that come with that. The manner in which he deals with the players. He keeps a nice balance between being a friendly persona to everyone on the street and having a cutting edge when it's needed. The players are all a small bit afraid of him, for sure. It's very hard to keep that balance and maintain it.
Yeah,
that's the impressive thing. That's happened via, how many seasons did he do in Leinster? 3 or 4.
Yeah,
and now 5 seasons with Ireland. Those players, their opinions of him haven't changed at all. If anything, they've more respect for him and are a little bit more fearful of him.
The only way to maintain it is to win. Like,
which he continues to do.
You can get players to buy into that sort of an environment if they're not leaving at the end of a season with a medal.
And improving. You don't have to leave every season with a medal, but you have to be competing, or you have to be in finals, or you have to be in semi-finals. So you have to be second in Six Nations or winning it, and now you have to get beyond quarterfinals in World Cup, because we'll look back and reflect in a year's time, depending on where we find ourselves.
Yeah.
Whereas I think the public perception is it'll be success if we get to a semi-final. I don't think that's the case with this team. They want to win it, definitely a final, and win it. And then will all the good work have been undone if they became unstuck against South Africa? Probably.
Yeah.
So it's awful in many ways that an individual's reign will be judged on what can happen in one quarter final.